Your favorite players growing up?
Troy Glass was a huge Angels fan growing up. Played third base growing up. Wanted to go to UCLA. UCLA was my dream school. I didn't get a scholarship there, so that dream died in high school. But yeah, Troy Glass, I was a huge Angel fan. Went to the World Series in '02. You know, Tim Salmon, all those guys, Garrett Anderson. Just a big fan of the Angels back then.
Love that. When did you know that you had a shot at the bigs? and what was just the journey to the show like?
Yeah, you know, I think throughout high school I played football, basketball, and baseball. So baseball was never the #1 sport for me. You know, as I got older in high school, junior, senior year, I started to realize that maybe baseball was the sport for me. You know, football, you know, I was a big guy, and basketball, we had a lot of guys that, you know, played at D1. I went to an all-boys Jesuit school in downtown LA, and you know, I think as I got older, 16, 17, 18, I realized that, you know, baseball, you know, was an opportunity to get to a D1, and you know, I think throughout college, I went to Auburn University in Alabama. You know, just had the, you know, when I had a couple good years there, and you know, you get the 1% that make it to the big leagues. So, you know, you think you're going to make it, but you know, there's a lot of guys who, you know, that maybe deserve a shot and never get called up. I had a really good year in AAA, and you know, I kind of felt at that time, you know, this definitely could be it. And you know, I got traded to the Yankees and made my debut after the AAA All-Star game. And ever since then, you know, you never take a day for granted up here. It's a tough sport. You know, I think once I was in the minor leagues and AA and AAA is when I kind of had an idea that I could play up here.
I like that. I like that. I was going to ask about your Auburn Tigers as well. What was that like to, you know, a pretty prestigious, I mean, it's a football school, but it's a pretty prestigious baseball school like Bo Jackson and others, right?
Yeah, it's definitely, there's a lot of, you know, big leaguers there. Josh Donaldson, Frank Thomas, Bo Jackson, Tim Hudson, Gabe Gross. You know, you go on David Ross. You go on and on about guys that, you know, made it to the big leagues. When I took my visit there, when Cam Newton was there playing football, I kind of had a realization that this place was, you know, this was the place for me. And you know, I want to always get away from home to play baseball. And that was kind of, you know, the journey that took me away from California. And you know, as soon as I stepped foot on Auburn, it was, you know, the go-to school where I wanted to go.
I love that. I love that. And you know, you become an elite contact hitter in the show. For, you know, for the young kids coming up there, what are the keys to becoming a high contact guy?
Yeah, you know, I think, you know, I've always been the bigger guy, and you know, you want to see the 30, 40 home run hitter. You know, that's never been, you know, something that, you know, I've always thought hard contact turns into doubles and homers. So the more balls you hit hard, you know, there's definitely, you're going to run into, you know, to a lot of hard hits, and you know, just being a bigger guy with some leverage. You know, I think for kids, little kids, whoever, you know, as they're coming up, as you're getting older, hard contact is number one. You know, I think we get carried away with the launch angle and all these hitting gurus where, you know, drop the back shoulder, lift the ball in the air. You know, I think just hard contact, you know, staying down through the ball, you know, is the biggest thing I could say to a young kid.
And just two more for you. What was it like to become an all-star? Can you reflect on that for me?
Yeah, you know, I think, you know, you've definitely, that year in 22, in my first half, you know, there was a lot of success I had in that half. And, you know, I think Bryce Harper got hurt, and, you know, I came in and was the replacement for him. And, you know, you'll never take away the all-star game in your career, and it'll always be something that you can tell your kids about when you're older. And you know, my first daughter was at the time probably 4 or 5 months old, so she got to experience something that, you know, you dream of.
I love that. I love that. And just last one for you, coming over to the Chicago Cubs, very historic organization. Just what has that been like for you so far?
Yeah, you know, it's a storied franchise. You know, there's a few in baseball: Dodgers, Cubs, Red Sox, Yankees. You know, the big four that, you know, when I first got called up with the Yankees, and you know, that was a wild dream come true. And you know, coming over here with the Cubs, there's so much history here. You know, you try to take it all in, and you know, just being here for a month in spring training, you just see how together this organization is from top to bottom. And I think just excited to get going, just excited to be a part of something like this. Like I said, it's a journey in baseball, and this is the next step in the journey.
Garrett, man, I really appreciate the time. Best of luck this season.